Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most intriguing icons. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Truman Capote. This diminutive dynamo left an indelible mark on American literature, and his life story is a riveting tale of talent, turmoil, and transformation. From the Gothic landscapes of his childhood to the glamorous salons of New York City, Capote's journey is a captivating exploration of the human spirit. Born on September 30th, 1924, in New Orleans, Louisiana, Truman Capote was the son of Archelaus Arch Persons and Lily Mae Falk. His early life was marked by instability and upheaval, with his parents divorcing when he was just 4 years old. This tumultuous start would later influence his writing, as he often explored themes of family dysfunction and social isolation. In 1928, Truman's mother married Joseph Capote, a Cuban businessman, and the family relocated to New York City. However, this new beginning was short-lived, as Truman's mother soon sent him to live with her relatives in Monroeville, Alabama. This small town, with its quaint streets and close-knit community, would become a source of inspiration for Truman's writing. He spent countless hours exploring the surrounding countryside, listening to the stories of the local people, and observing the intricate social dynamics of small-town life. Truman's education was a patchwork affair, with stints at various schools in Alabama and New York City. At the age of 6, he began attending the public school in Monroeville, where he excelled academically and developed a passion for reading and writing. His teachers, including Mrs. Harper Lee, who would later become a renowned author herself, encouraged his creative pursuits and nurtured his love of literature. In 1930, Truman's family moved to New York City, where he attended the Trinity School in Manhattan. It was during this period that he began to develop his writing skills, producing short stories and poetry that showcased his emerging talent. The city itself became a character in Truman's life, with its bright lights, bustling streets, and kaleidoscope of characters providing endless inspiration for his writing. Under the guidance of his English teacher, Mrs. Phoebe Pierce, Truman began to hone his craft as a writer, experimenting with different styles and techniques. He was particularly drawn to the works of the modernists, including James Joyce and Virginia Woolf, whose innovative approaches to storytelling would later influence his own writing. As he navigated the complexities of adolescence, Truman found solace in his writing, using it as a means of expression and escape. The 1930s were a transformative time for Truman, marked by significant events that would shape his future path. In 1935, he began attending the Dwight School in Manhattan, where he continued to develop his writing skills and formed lasting relationships with his peers. It was during this period that he met Harper Lee, who would become a lifelong friend and confidant. As we explore the early life of Truman Capote, it becomes clear that the seeds of his future success were sown in these formative years. The intricate web of family relationships, the rhythms of rural Alabama, and the vibrant cultural landscape of New York City all contributed to the development of his unique voice and perspective. Truman's writing career began to take shape in the 1940s, with the publication of his short stories in prominent magazines such as Harper's Bazaar and The New Yorker. His unique voice and perspective quickly gained attention, and he became known for his insightful portrayals of the human condition. In 1948, Truman published his debut novel, Other Voices, Other Rooms, which received critical acclaim and established him as a rising star in the literary world. The 1950s were a pivotal time for Truman, marked by significant literary achievements and personal relationships that would shape his future work. In 1951, he published The Grasshawk, a novel that explored themes of family, identity, and social isolation. This was followed by Local Color in 1953, a collection of short stories that showcased his mastery of the genre. Truman's most famous work, In Cold Blood, was published in 1965 to great acclaim. This groundbreaking nonfiction novel told the story of the brutal murder of a Kansas family and the subsequent investigation. The book's innovative narrative style, which blended elements of journalism and fiction, captivated readers and cemented Truman's reputation as a literary innovator. Throughout his career, Truman was drawn to the world of Hollywood, where he formed close relationships with celebrities such as Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, and Elizabeth Taylor. His experiences in this glamorous world would later influence his writing, particularly in works like Answered Prayers, an unfinished novel that explored the lives of New York City's elite. Truman's personal life was also marked by significant relationships, including his long-term partnership with Jack Dunphy, a fellow writer and companion. This relationship provided a sense of stability and support, allowing Truman to focus on his writing and pursue his creative passions. As we explore Truman Capote's remarkable achievements, it becomes clear that his unique voice and perspective were shaped by his early life experiences, from the Gothic landscapes of his childhood to the vibrant cultural landscape of New York City. His innovative approach to storytelling, which blended elements of fiction and non-fiction, has had a lasting impact on American literature. As the 1970s began, Truman found himself at the center of a literary storm. His unfinished novel, Answered Prayers, had been serialized in Esquire magazine, and its scandalous portrayal of New York City's elite had sparked outrage among his friends and acquaintances. The fallout was intense, with many of Truman's closest relationships crumbling under the weight of his revealing prose. Despite the controversy, Truman continued to write, producing works like The Dog's Bark and Music for Chameleons. However, his personal life was beginning to unravel. His long-term partnership with Jack Dunphy was struggling, and Truman's own demons, including addiction and depression, were taking a toll on his health. In the 1980s, Truman's health began to decline significantly. He suffered from a series of illnesses, including liver disease and pneumonia, and his dependence on prescription medication had become a major concern. Despite these challenges, Truman remained committed to his craft, continuing to write and publish works that explored the human condition. One of Truman's most notable later works is Music for Chameleons, a collection of short stories and essays that showcases his mastery of language and form. The book includes the famous essay, Hand-Carved Coffins, which tells the story of a series of mysterious and gruesome murders in a small Kansas town. This work, like much of Truman's later output, is characterized by its innovative style and its unflinching exploration of the human condition. Truman Capote passed away on August 25, 1984, at the age of 59. His death marked the end of an era in American literature, and his legacy continues to be felt today. Despite the challenges he faced in his later years, Truman remained a visionary writer, always pushing the boundaries of language and form. In the years since his death, Truman's work has experienced a resurgence in popularity. In Cold Blood remains a classic of American literature, and his other works, including Other Voices, Other Rooms, and The Grass Harp, continue to be widely read and studied. Truman's innovative approach to storytelling, which blended elements of fiction and nonfiction, has influenced generations of writers, from Norman Mailer to David Sedaris. As we conclude our journey through the life of Truman Capote, it becomes clear that his remarkable story is one of both triumph and tragedy. From the Gothic landscapes of his childhood to the vibrant cultural landscape of New York City, Truman's experiences shaped his unique voice and perspective, leaving an indelible mark on American literature. His legacy serves as a testament to the power of creativity and the enduring importance of storytelling in our lives. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Truman Capote's life and work. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.